First, couldn't be more proud and pleased of the opportunity to clinch the title outright last night at Air Force. You know, I think we've, for many reasons, have had a bit of a target on our back all season long. And as I told the team last night, you know, I really don't know the history beyond when I was here. They would tell you I'm old enough to be in the history books, but in the 16 years that I've been here, we've only had one team that ever swept the road. We've had a lot of teams that had successes, but this is a road that's a real challenge. And you add the fact that coming off what we did a year ago, we were just about everybody's biggest promotional game, and we took on all hits and kept on coming. So it was probably only fitting that to clinch it outright, we did it on the road. And it was fun last night, but this morning we're back to business, and tomorrow's a little bit of a different day. Obviously, we want to finish with momentum going into the tournament, but everyone's focus tomorrow will be on the young ladies to my left and to my right, and to Malia Nahinu, who's in class. You know, it's kind of amazing when you're in the midst of it. It seems like it takes forever. That's what they tell you anyhow. Long days, short nights, as I say. But it's like only yesterday they just walked in the door. And now they're all grown up, all 5 of them graduating on time in 5 different areas of study, and all have opportunities to pursue their passions once they finish at San Diego State. So tomorrow is for them, or not tomorrow, Saturday is for them to celebrate. Hopefully everyone plays a terrific game, and it'll be all about the seniors. So I'm going to defer to either your questions, or if you'd like them to make a statement, however you'd like to do it.
Chelsea, what are your thoughts on winning or clinching outright Mountain West title for the second year in a row?
Really excited, really proud of our team and what we were able to accomplish this season. But honestly, I think that was one of the goals that we set forth at the beginning. We knew that what we did last year, and we were really excited about it, but it just wasn't enough for us. So at the beginning of the season, we planned on coming in here, working hard, winning conference outright, winning the conference tournament, and, you know, making some noise in the NCAA. So really excited at what we've accomplished, but we're not even done yet.
What changed after, Coach, you talked about after the Fresno State game, the loss, and you talked about defense, but was it kind of a, I don't say reality check, but was it a wake-up call? I mean, because you haven't looked back after that.
Courtney? I know, I was getting tricked on that too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a wake-up call because I think we weren't familiar with Fresno State, and so we didn't take them as serious, and they came in here and they beat us, and that's something we really weren't used to, especially in conference. So I'm not going to say that it was a good loss, but I think it was a wake-up call for us, and it changed the aura of this team. I think not just for the older ones, but the younger ones, kind of it woke them up and made them realize, like, you know, no one's going to give us this conference championship. We got to take it. We got to earn it. And so I think that was the one good thing that came from that loss.
Beth, you talked a week or so ago after the game the other day about how different they are as people. You know, you even mentioned now that each have kind of different disciplines that they're studying too. Can you kind of, with them sitting here, kind of expand on, and Malia too, on each one of them, how they're different in their own way?
We do have practice today, you realize. I just thought, you know, thought I would, yeah, you got the double whammy coming at you right there. You know, I think, you know, that's the beauty of, you know, not to really wax philosophic here, but that's what makes athletics great. And that's what, and Nikki can speak to coming to us from the track team. You know, our team has heard me say on many occasions, hey, this isn't track. You know, if Courtney PRs today and you stink, it hurts us all. And I'm not saying that track isn't a team, but I think you're feeling what I'm saying. I think that's the coolness of it. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you're into, what you're about. When you put it all together, it can, you know, be a beautiful thing. And I think each of them probably came here for different reasons, you know, both academically and athletically, but if they all came because we're a winner, I believe. You know, we want to win championships, and they knew in order to do that, they're going to have to work very, very hard, but they are really different people.
And it's obviously personality driven as far as being able to match, right? Because you could get people who were really dedicated to looking out for themselves, and it'd be a different story, but they've obviously meshed well.
Well, that's really a little bit harder to ascertain because of the way our world communicates now. I mean, I might have thought that I communicated with Courtney for a year and then find out that her mother might have had her phone and she was the one answering me. You know, I don't even, just in terms of everybody talks with their fingers a lot. And I think that you get to know people not necessarily in the competitive setting, but in the, like everybody here, I know we look fabulous, but everybody got up at 4 o'clock this morning in Colorado Springs and then got on a bus and then went 90 miles north and then waited in security and then flew to Denver and landed in time to go to an 11 o'clock class. And that's what makes teams great. I think the thing that is, to me, with this team, and I'll say over the last 2 years, is no matter what happens, we roll with it. And when you travel, something always happens. So if we're delayed, if we're early, if we're late, you know, some people just, they make it a party wherever they go. It doesn't, the rest of the world just can join in. And I think that kind of positive esprit de corps, if you will, really makes it a pretty cool deal.
Gabby, I guess can you kind of compare this team to past year's teams?
Past year's teams. Well, I've been around for a while, so I've seen like a different group of people coming in and coming in, and
that's true.
This team, I think we've had to like grow a lot more together, because past teams, like, we knew pretty much like coming in, like, this is what goes on, this is what's here. But with this team, like, we came in kind of young, last year kind of young, and we kind of had to get a feel for each other, like who does what, roles and things like that. So I think like we've been like more of a team that's grown throughout the years, and just getting to know each other, what each other's roles are, and just how we have fun together. Like Coach Burns says, like no matter where we go, we always have a party somewhere. Like we're always joking around, having fun. So I think this team is like a really close knit. Like no matter where we are, no matter what we do, it's always a party.
I don't know if you ladies are aware, but Coach Burns told us that she expects 50 points from each of you Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, my last press conference was the day after Brittany Griner had 50 on senior night. So I said, Boise has to score 251 to beat us. I thought that was pretty good. They'll have no problem obliging, because that means a lot of shots. You know, so I don't think anybody will have a problem with that.
Nikki, do you have your thoughts going into your last home game for your Aztec player?
Any thoughts? Nothing in particular, but I'm just really proud and just honored to be on a championship team. So I'm looking forward to spending that time with these girls. So that's about it.
Coach, with the conference tournament coming up soon, what do you feel like you guys really need to hone in on and clamp down on with that coming up?
Well, I think that the positive is obviously you continue to build momentum when you have success. And I think it's nothing new for us to go in as a high seed. There's a different. Most of the older players will have to depend on for the younger players in terms of the environment's totally different. The stakes are most definitely higher, and the intensity level pretty much doubles from what we've been used to. But I think kind of to tag on what Gabby said, last year we had 7 new people. 5 of them were freshmen. So Kiana and Chelsea were new, but they weren't new relative to competitive basketball. Those 5 freshmen came out of high school. They didn't know a down screen from an up screen, from a cross screen, from a like the basketball IQ from the room of 15 people was from A to Z. And that's the maturity and the growth process that we continually work on, the required intensity level to continue to get better. It's like season 1 was November, December. We scheduled hard, and we couldn't quite get over the hump in game. We have no bad losses, but we couldn't quite get over the hump in games that could really put us forward. So then we had to let that go, and now it's season 2, and obviously, we got an A on season 2. But season 2 doesn't matter after Saturday, and once we come in here on Monday, every other coach is saying it's 0-0. Anybody wins 3 games in 3 days, and I've never played at this format. In any league I've ever been, I've never had this format. Nor will, I don't think, many of our counterparts. So it'll be different, and I'd like to think it would favor a more experienced team, because a lot of our teaching and preparation is going to be on a carpet the night before the game as we prepare to play the next day. So we know we have to continue to get better. There's a couple things we're going to get better at today. Got to, because you can't waste time.
Chelsea, this one's kind of off the topic, but it came out last week. I'm doing a feature piece on those guys that you practiced with.
Mm-hmm.
How have they benefited the team each and every day out of practice?
Wow, our practice guys are essential. We credit them to a lot of our success. Those guys are so big and tough and strong, and they come and give us their all pretty much every day of the week. We feel like without them, we wouldn't be here. Just, having their commitment and their dedication has really just brought the program to new heights. And I've only been here for 2 years, but the same guys that are here now are the ones that are here last year, and from what I've been told, they usually stay with the program all the way until they graduate. But those guys, they just give us so much support, so much energy. They're really just a part of the team. They are in practice, slapping hands, boosting each other up, talking mess, just trying to get us motivated and just trying to elevate us to the next level. So say really good things about those guys because they are just excellent people off the court, and even better to our success here at San Diego State.
I forgot to ask, do they have to try out? I mean, obviously they have to have some skill, correct?
I don't know about tryout, but Coach Burns.
Coach Reese goes to the Ark and scouts. She scouts.
Yeah.
Because you have to be, you're exactly right. You have to have a certain kind of ego because you can't come in here and be you. And that's something that I think people don't appreciate, the detail that we approach things with. You don't want to confuse a younger player who perhaps doesn't get as many minutes. Today you're left-handed, tomorrow you're right-handed. Today you can shoot, tomorrow you can drive. So it takes a guy who's going to listen to Coach Reese or Coach Barrett and say, hey, this is what I need you to do to get Courtney ready to play, and then they just do it. And they don't have to dunk every time. They don't have to pin you on the glass every time. But if they do, I usually have fun with them. I usually enjoy yelling at them more than I yell at our own team. But they love it. Basketball is great at San Diego State. And most of our guys wanted to be at a major university, and they're all good players, but maybe not to the level of being able to play at this level. They didn't want to go to a smaller school where they could play, so their next best thing is they get to come in Viejas every day, lace them up, and we do our best, and I think to them would say they're a part of our team. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't be able to do it without the level of detail they provide us to go against.
But how will you handle playing time on Saturday? Because obviously you want the seniors to be honored, but this is an opportunity also to maybe rest them a little bit, give other people some time before the tournament starts. What's your plan for that?
Did you know that Herm Edwards is a San Diego State graduate? Were you aware of that?
Yeah.
Do you know his son is a San Diego State graduate? Do you know what Herm Edwards said? Does everybody know what Herm Edwards said? You are all sports junkies in here. My team has no earthly idea what I'm talking about. Herm Edwards says, you play to win the game. Am I right? Isn't that what Herm says? And to my right and to my left, they would take me out if we did not play to win the game. Everyone, Exhibit A and B right here. Too kind on the outside. You want to know how they're different? What'd I do? Nothing. Nothing. You're wonderful. Sit down, honey, just for a minute. You didn't do anything. Sit. This isn't club. Get a little blow. So, and I think last night, because of the kind of team that Air Force brings, we always have to have ball handlers on the floor. So I kind of split time with Courtney and Chelsea as our primary ball handlers, and I think we got solid rest last night. I mean, everybody played, and nobody had to play a high level of minutes, but at this point of the season, everybody has a lot of tread on their tires. And I think you want to go into the tournament feeling good, playing well, playing confident. I think we'd go in a lot better with a double-double game, with a 60% from three game, with an 11-assist game. Confidence and momentum is March. It's not, we'll manage our rest. I would say this to whoever that aspires to come to our game tomorrow, and I know Christian has done a ton of stuff to get people here. Nikki joined us this year. I think I said this earlier in the week. These other 4 young women have given their heart and soul to this university and basketball program for 3 years, 4 years, about 9 years over here with Gabby. 4 years with these two, and Gabby's in her 5th year. They are all about Aztecs, on and off the court. There's no chinks in their armor. You don't worry about anything off the court. So it would be wonderful if everybody get here a little bit before 2 o'clock on Saturday. Everybody's families are coming. We're going to have a big old party before, and then after the game ends, I'd like to think we're going to have another big old party afterwards. Next week is to worry about the conference tournament. This week is all about finishing 15-1, hanging our banner, and sending our seniors off right.